Hey everyone, welcome back to the Data Alchemist. In today's video, we're going to walk you through running the word count program in Hadoop step by step. If you haven't installed Hadoop yet, don't worry, we've got you covered. Check out the video links in the description below to install Hadoop on your system before following along with this tutorial. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video for more data science content. Now let's dive right into the word count program using Hadoop. Before we proceed with the hands-on part, let me give you a quick overview of the word count problem and how the mapper and reducer functions work in Hadoop. The word count problem is a classic example in Hadoop, where the goal is to count the frequency of each word in a text file. The text is broken down into individual words, and the occurrence of each word is aggregated to give the final word count. Hadoop uses two main components for this task: mapper and reducer. Mapper, this reads the input data, breaks it down into words, and outputs key value pairs. Each word is a key, and the value is 1 to indicate the occurrence of the word. For example, for the input, Hadoop is great, the mapper outputs Hadoop 1 is 1, great 1. Reducer, this function receives the key value pairs from the mapper and aggregates them. If a word appears multiple times, the reducer sums up the values to provide the total count for each word. For instance, if Hadoop appears 5 times, the reducer will output Hadoop 5. By combining the outputs from the mapper and reducer, we can easily count how many times each word appears in the input file, even when dealing with large amounts of data distributed across a cluster. This is the power of Hadoop's MapReduce framework. All right, now let's continue. First, open VMware and start your Ubuntu machine. Once Ubuntu is up and running, open the terminal and log into the Hducer account by typing su-hducer. Now it's time to turn on Hadoop services. First, start the data node and name node by typing start-dfs.sh. Next, turn on the resource manager and node manager by typing start-yarn.sh. Perfect. Now we have our Hadoop services up and running. Before moving on, make sure to subscribe to the Data Alchemist and hit the like button for more tutorials like this one. Let's check for the Python version on your machine by typing Python 3-dash version. Now we're going to create a new input file for the word count program. Type the following command, nano your filename.txt. In the file, write any text you like. After finishing, press Ctrl+O to save the file, and then press Ctrl+X to exit the nano editor. Next, let's display the content of your text file by typing catyourfilename.txt. It will display the text you just wrote. Now we need to check the files under the Hadoop ecosystem. Run the following command to list the files in Hadoop. Hadoop fs-ls/. Next, let's create a new directory in Hadoop for our MapReduce task. Type Hadoop fs mkdir/MapReduce_1. Once again, you can check if the directory is created by typing Hadoop fs-ls/. You'll see that the new directory MapReduce1 is successfully created. Now let's move your text file into Hadoop. Type Hadoop fs-, put your filename.txt/MapReduce_1. To verify that the file has been placed inside the directory, type hadoop fs-ls/MapReduce_1. You'll see your filename.txt inside the MapReduce_1 directory. To display the contents of this file, type hadoop fs-cat/MapReduce_1/yourfilename.txt. Now let's proceed with the mapper and reducer. The code for mapper and reducer is provided in the description. Do check out it. We'll start by creating a Python file for the mapper code. Type nanomapper.py. Enter your mapper code here, which will read the file and convert the data into key value pairs to pass to the reducer. Once you've entered the code, press Ctrl+O to save and Ctrl+X to exit the file. Now let's do the same for the reducer. Type nanoreducer.py. Enter your reducer code. Press Ctrl+O to save and Ctrl+X to exit the file. Once done, verify that both files are created by running the ls command ls. Now let's make both scripts executable. Run the following commands: chmod +x mapper.py and chmod +x reducer.py. These commands grant execution permissions to both the mapper and reducer scripts. Next, we need to run the Hadoop streaming job. First, open a new terminal and log back in as HDuser. Then navigate to the directory containing the Hadoop jar files by typing cd/usr local Hadoop share Hadoop tools lib. Once you're in the correct folder, type pwd to get the path to the directory that contains the Hadoop streaming jar file. Now in the original terminal, we can execute the Hadoop job. Type hadoop jar, path to Hadoop streaming 3.3.4 jar, input, MapReduce 1/yourfilename.txt, output, mapper, home, hducer, mapper.py, reducer, home, hducer, reducer.py. The job is now running. After it finishes, let's check the output. Type hadoop fs-ls/output. Then display the results of the word count program by typing hadoop fs-cat/output/part-00000. And there you have it. The word count results from our MapReduce program will be displayed. Before we wrap up, don't forget to stop your Hadoop services by typing the following commands: stop dffs.srh and stop yarn.srn. That's all for this tutorial. Thanks for following along. Make sure to hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the Data Alchemist for more tutorials and in-depth guides. See you next time.